Three-quarters of the time, people do have something to say and people will always be talking. So I basically will never understand why a person has to sit down and cry and weep over what people have to say and end up not doing what they're supposed to do in life, because whether you do it or not, people are obviously opinionated and they are going to say something. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Beautiful Chaos, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, because on this channel I promise you, you are going to get the best travel advice and of course the best travel tips and opportunities. Yeah, of course. Okay, now in today's video we are going to talk about people who have already applied for the DV lottery. What's next? Now I know I probably was missing in action for approximately 3 weeks. Yeah, that's a lot. I will tell you that story later on. Right now, I am going to tell you about what to do when you have finished applying DV lottery. We're planning a life abroad, or if you're planning a life like this is gonna be me if I win, which I already think that this is supposed to be your mindset. Like your mindset is supposed to be like, I'm a winner already, I have already done this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you need to be able to enroll yourself in different courses. Now somebody would ask me like, what is the necessity of these courses? I do already have like a degree in this course. I do have a degree in these courses. Okay, now before you think in the way that I'm forcing you to go in a direction that you do not want, every time you want to travel abroad, you want to look at the country, what professions are actually wanted, like what professions are actually in demand, what professions are actually paying. Now if you do this, you realize that some of the professions that we already do have in our countries, they are not as much paying as as you would want to, like a person who's just starting into a country. You need a well-paying jobs for you to be able to sustain the groceries, the children, if you do have children, that is, by the way, the house rental. So you need like some kind of job that is really gonna help you. So this is just about it. You need to learn driving. Okay, this is one of the most important things. You need to be able to drive. Now most people would ask me like, what is the big deal about driving? Okay, now when you go to America or when you go to many other European countries, a lot of things have to do with shifts. Unlike in Africa, most of us just work like 9 to 8, 9 to 5. I mean, like most of us just work 9 to 5, which is like a normal timeline. Then you go back home. Now, when you're in America or something, sometimes you have to work night shifts. And honestly, there is really no public transport to transport you to work here and there, here and there. And honestly, if you want to do more in life, you have to be mobile, like move from this place to this place to this place to this place. And so you find that a car is very convenient. Other than that, there's going to be truck jobs. These are gonna get you money before you can be able to even get certification in that country, or like major degrees from that country. So this is gonna give you a start, because you would understand that truck driving, actually, if you do research on that, it's actually paying more than any other job. So if you do not have any qualification, I am glad to tell you that truck driving is one of the things that you can do that can help you. Number two, you need to be able to do certain skills. Like if you're a woman, try to do hairdressing, or if you're a man, if you do have this talent, try to do hairdressing is very expensive in Europe, and you can start like making a living out of these small things before you even get the final job. Okay, so you better learn like things that you can be able to do on your own. These are what we call skills. Okay, you can learn some other skills, things that you can do at home, but basically hairdressing is a voila. And get your driver's license, because you're gonna need it. Trust me, you're gonna need it. If you need to do run errands or whatever you need to do, start doing truck driving or Uber driving, at least just a job to get you in there. Now I do have people who always mention that I don't want to start there, like I don't want to be a truck driver, I don't want to be a hairdresser. That's your own, okay, that's your own path. But I don't want to say like, do not convince otherwise to other people because they choose that path. Now, then the thing that people don't know is that people actually think that people who do this kind of jobs like in America or in Europe, they don't actually have qualifications. No, you're wrong. It's simply because these jobs, sometimes they really pay more than your qualified job. Because like I always mention in my videos, because when they look at your degree and you're from Africa, sometimes they prefer people they have trained on their own, you know. So even you go into health system of a different country, you have to start at the bottom. As they train you, gain experience in their country, you go to the top. So don't always be, you know, willing to start at the top so much that your ego you know, completely cuts you off opportunities. Okay, so you know, you have to be ready. So one thing is for sure, go and get your driver's license. Number two, learn some skills like braiding, because hair braiding is, you know, just doing hair braiding, like there's one it could cost you something like $300-400. Doing my drug locks, these are locks that I do have, just maintaining them can cost you up to about $600, depending on the hair length and the number of the locks that are, and also the time that you have taken, like has it been twisted, how long, you understand. If you actually look at my lock, you can see that, you know, it's pretty tight here because it hasn't been long since I did it. Of course, I do my own on my own. Okay, fine, it's not very professional, but I find it very economical. And you have to be ready for people to look at you like a broke person. Okay, when I walk, every time I tell people, like, guys, I am a broke hun. Okay, nothing complicated about that, I'm just broke. Okay, I don't want it's nothing like I love people to look down upon me or anything, but I am not willing. One thing for sure about me, I'm not willing to spend money on something that I know, like, I could literally get it for a cheaper price and it would still look good. Like, that's being economical. Like, I do have other important things that I need to do with the money. So if you're an immigrant, you don't have more important things to do with your money. You don't have money to, like, kind of waste and throw everywhere. So if you learn how to do your own hair, that's going to save you. You know, if you learn how to do this here, you're going to do to others and gain some money. Also, other things you can do to learn before, you know, you get your visas and everything. You can learn how to do makeup. Okay, so because, you know, some people, whenever they go for parties and everything, they want to do makeup. Like me, I am literally so, like, interested in these people, because when I do my makeup, it takes me a whole lot of time, and sometimes I don't want to go through it. Okay, so we would want these people charge me $50, charge me $70. You know, I do my makeup, I go, that's it. People like these things. This is a job you can do starting from home without even getting into the system. Okay, learn something like photography. Okay, how to take photos, how to be good at lighting, these kind of things. You know, every time people want to do photoshops for their birthdays, for their events, for whatever, you know, these things, this kind of things. So this is going to help you, for you to be able to, you know, start in or do a job whilst, you know, something else is going on. Learn plumbing, learn this kind of skills. Learn plumbing is also carpentry, building, this kind of skills. It gets you a job faster. You know, way in Europe, people are not interested in this kind of jobs. Like, really few people are really interested in, like, building the roads, you know, like. But one thing as an immigrant that I want you to know is that you know your scores, you know what you value in life, you know what you came to do, and you know what you came to take. So keep that in mind, and, you know, shun completely shun what people are gonna think about you. Now, 3/4 of the time, people do have something to say, and people will always be talking. So I basically will never understand why a person has to sit down and cry and weep over what people have to say and end up not doing what they're supposed to do in life. Because whether you do it or not, people are obviously opinionated and they are going to say something. So for me, it's like, do or die. You just have to do it, you know, that kind of thing. So that's just my thing. So after learning these skills, now, of all the skills that I have mentioned, at least pick one that you can be able to focus on and you can be good at. Because, you know, when you enter a new system, it's hard, pretty hard, you know. This is the point where some people give up and go back, you know, because they didn't come prepared for these things, because bills are going to be piling on you. Unfortunately, the American government does not give you a job, you know. Like, they just give you the visa. They give you an opportunity. They're not going to give you a house. They're not going to give you money. It's you starting your life on your own, you understand? So sometimes we get opportunities which are in terms of a visa, but you have to be careful. You have to be economical. You have to be calculative for you to actually make it in that country. So these are some of the things that you can do, skills, and learn the skills as we await the approach. Like, if you find finally win. Already you know how to braid. It's gonna be easy. When you get in, you start braiding, you start doing this. Now, one thing for sure, I want you guys to know that in the other Western countries, social media is a must. Okay, so eventually you need to learn how to do this. For example, if you're doing braiding, you could be advertising your braiding and whatever for people to know you, because probably a lot of people don't have time to be going from street to street or whatever, or how you're gonna know each other. Most of the people, we know them from social media, you understand? We meet them from social media. So you, at one point, you're gonna have to be good at these things. You're just gonna have to be good at these things. So this is basically it, guys, about what kind of jobs you can be doing, what kind of skills you can be looking to improve. You know, I forgot, like computer skills. There are so many, guys. There are so many, but these are skills that you can do that really do not require you to go to school as you prepare. Skills that can make you be able to penetrate the system so easily without requiring you to go through much. Now, okay, guys, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share to your friends and family like always.